Hey guys, and welcome back. Now, I've been there, trust me, I really have, many, many years ago. There have been times where you're going to want to give up on your trading journey, the highs and the lows and everything in between. It's such a hard skill to master. There's so many components to it. But today, if you are one of those people that has thought about quitting, just watch this video. Just hear me out, hear the video out, and take on board what I have to say. And hopefully by the end of this video, your perspective has potentially changed. And I'm going to set you up with the right framework that's then going to set you up for much, much more higher likelihood of success. Trading is simply a game of probability. Simply put, if you can increase the probability as much as you can in your favor whilst managing the downside, then you stand to put yourself in a very good position and you stand to make a very large amount of capital and money. Now, the problem here is if we keep things as simple as possible, you are approaching and looking at trading in the wrong way. It could be various reasons, but some of those reasons are, and including, you're trying to flip accounts, you're trying to make 10x your money straight away, you're trying to adopt stupid risk management that doesn't put the odds in your favor, and there's so much more. From my experience over the last 10 plus years, I see people genuinely fail most of the time, or the people that come to me because they're struggling, it's purely because of risk management or they haven't got their edge nailed. I'll talk about both today. Now, the perspective I'm about to share is it's the genuine truth. There is no sugarcoating it. There is no other way around it. You have to, this is the truth. So if you don't like that, then maybe trading genuinely isn't for you, because if you don't look at and listen to these lessons, you'll be in the same position in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years time, and you would have just lost a lot of money and you'll be even more frustrated, I can assure you. So lesson one really is risk management. You cannot afford to be anything less than 100% disciplined with risk management, 100% of the time. As I said, trading is simply a game of probabilities. You are going to incur losses. You may incur 5 losing trades in a row, 10 losing, 15 losing trades. It doesn't matter as long as you've, which ties into the second point, as long as you've proven that you have your edge, then you'll still make money. It's when you are risking, and I say it sounds like a tiny amount, but it's when you're risking maybe 3% on a trade, then 0.8%, then 7%, then 2%. You know, your risk is all out of whack, or you're just risking the same amount every time, but that risk is too high. You have to allow for the downsides. You have to protect the downside that comes. It's there for all of us. I'm 10 plus years in the game and I have losing trades. Yes, I'm very selective about what I take, and those optimal setups sometimes don't play out. And I'll always be honest about that. But this is why the only thing that makes me profitable is genuinely risk management. That is it. Yes, I've done all the other hard work with the strategy and the edge, but that stuff, once you've nailed that, as long as you don't falter on your discipline with executing your rule set, it's solely risk management then you have to be concerned about and have to double down on. The rest is the hard work. The other hard work is done. You need to genuinely lay out your current plan of risk management, lay it out on the table, and be brutally honest with yourself and work out, right, where have you been going wrong? Are you just genuinely over risking? Are you over leveraging? Are you throwing on extra trades into losing positions in the hope that things are going to turn around? Honestly, it's all about your risk management. So some things I like to adopt is, if you genuinely haven't found your edge yet, lessen your risk even more. Okay, get your edge nailed first with even smaller risk than, even 1%. Risk 0.25, risk 0.5%. Get your edge first. Work out, and with that history of what does an optimal trade look like? What does an optimal setup look like? Look at that journal of trades you should have. You know in your head already what an optimal trade looks like. If you've been trading for at least a year to 2 years, which I'm sure a lot of you have who are watching this, you already know what an optimal setup looks like. Most of your losses, when you look back on them, are trades you forced, or trades that have been suboptimal, or trades that have looked pretty good but haven't been the optimal setup. I probably repeat myself an awful lot in my videos, but actually trading, you need to simplify it. Get your edge, get your strategy nailed, do all that proven back testing to prove that it works. Find the right mentorship if you're struggling with that, so you can have some direction. And then it's simply risk management. Now, as humans, it's so easy, obviously, for us to lapse when it comes to risk management, or let's talk about discipline in general now. discipline comes into obviously all walks of life, around diet, around what time we wake up, all these simple things. And this is when I say I truly mean it. If you practice ultra discipline in your life, you will make that transition over to trading, or you'll keep that great performance in trading a lot higher and a lot more consistent. It's lapses in concentration, which is ultimately discipline. It's lapses in all of that type of thing that ultimately leads to mistakes. The losing trades you have in the market, which will be inevitable still, we all have them. Those losing trades you have should be optimal setups where the market's just gone against you and it's done its thing. They are fine. They are acceptable losses. We expect them. They're normal. No one has a 100% win rate strategy. But when you do have those losers, you protect the downside, you've minimized the risk. So those losers end up putting the tiniest dent in your capital, tiniest dent, to the point where you don't even really realize. And it's the winners you double down on. It's the winners you apply and press your advantage on. So guys, I know I stress it a lot, but a lot of the time, if you look back on your trading failures at the moment, a lot of it's going to come down to risk, I can assure you. And if it isn't risk management, then you need to go even further back. Have you found your strategy yet? Have you found that edge and all that other stuff that comes of it? But this video is more about the people that have probably been trading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I met a guy literally who's been trading for 5 years last week. I literally spent one session with him. We hopped on a video call. It was only meant to be 45 minutes. We ended up being on the call for 2 hours because I could see how much it meant to this guy. I could see how hungry he was to make it. And so I'm happy to spend as much time as needed when I can see that people are genuinely invested about making this work for them. I will go above and beyond for any of them. But as I was saying, if its risk isn't the issue at the moment, it just tells me you haven't ticked off some other things, and that's fine. That's what more mentorship is for. That's where investing in your education, investing into a strategy that's proven, investing into the right community, that's where those things have in place. And they're great, of course, to meet like-minded individuals. But honestly, if you have been thinking about quitting, don't. Do a hard self-assessment of yourself and look at where you're genuinely going wrong. If it is risk management, then you're simply not being disciplined enough, I can assure you. Because when I talk about if it's simply risk management, it means everything else is in check, and it's risk management and that execution of risk management that is ultimately making you fail. Whether you like it or not, applying proper discipline risk management should be boring. It should be mundane. It should be simple. It's just, you do it. I can't say anything more than that. It's as simple as that. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're looking for a proven winning strategy, then the link is below. And if you want to join, again, a proving winning community, the link is also below. It'd be great to see you in there. And I'll see you guys on the next video.